Hi, it's Human Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm going to make a Bald Cypress AKA Swampie bonsai. So I do make a lot of other videos such as this in my channel, so if you are into this kind of content, please hit the like button, subscribe, and stay in tune for my future videos as I release them. So the first thing I'm going to do here is, as always, just take it out of its pot and start to rake away some of the roots just to see what I'm working with. Just raking it out radially. It's not a, for the amount of growth up top, there's actually not too much of a root base in this yet. I've actually always wanted to make one of these into a bonsai, but haven't been able to actually get the material for some reason. Every time I've looked over the past year or so, they've been sold out. So noticed there are a couple available in stock on an online store, and snapped at the opportunity. Okay, so looks like so far it looks like we don't really have the best of root systems. Seems as though there are a few much larger roots that are kind of going out not very radially. So we might have to do a pretty severe root pruning operation for this. They are pretty vigorous, these trees though, so I doubt we'll have any real concerns. Alright, just going to rinse this off and see what we're actually working with there. Okay, so yeah, really not a great root system at all on this. So yeah, we've got this really high root up here, and whilst it is a little bit radial, it's also really high up and much higher than a lot of the other roots that we have going down there. And we've got a little bit more of a radial root base with roots coming out from the same location here. So that's a start. And then we've got this other long taproot that comes down with a lot more roots from there. But yeah, the kind of the thickness in the root at that point is really thin, so I can't remove these upper roots and just go with that, or the trunk will look really weird being really thin down low. So I'm just going to remove that bottom part just to get a bit of a flat root structure. So there we go. And I'll just flatten that up a little bit more. Yeah, and I'm also going to have to get rid of this top one at some point. I think I'm going to have to, I'll just get rid of it now. I could keep it to try and maintain a bit of extra vigor in the tree, but I'm just going to have to get rid of it at some point, so may as well get rid of it now. Okay. There's a few more little roots that are just coming out too high up. Just cut those off. So a lot of those finer roots that are closer to the base, I'm actually going to keep purely as some attempt to keep a little bit more health in the tree, because it's such a drastic root pruning. But I'm going to prune back a couple of these, probably leave that. I'll prune back a little bit shorter. Definitely this big thick root that comes out, I'm going to have to prune that, so just prune it where it stops coming out radially. And hopefully we'll get a bit of ramification on that root there. Alright, so that's about as much as as I dare to get rid of that root structure as it is. I've got, yeah, as you can see, these swampies, they really do bud back a lot, and I'm not really going to want branches coming back from here, so I'll just get rid of this. And you get this really nice, yeah, barky texture. I don't really have any brushes to get rid of the surface bark, but yeah, at some point I will, and then you'll really be able to start seeing just the red wood underneath, which looks quite nice. Same just here, there's a few branches coming out of the same location, so I'm just going to have to just get rid of the ones that are on the edge there. Don't want too many branches coming out at the exact same point, or you end up with inverse taper, which is, yeah, essentially just a lumpy part in the trunk where the thickness of the trunk is higher up here than it is just below it. So I'll leave these branches for future. Again here, just another location where there's a few buds coming out from the exact same point. Leave the one that's a little bit more horizontal. Just above there we've got a few more coming out, but there's a lot of branches coming out from where it's been pruned in the past, and I really don't want those, so get rid of a lot of them here, just keep a couple of small ones. Can't really decide. Just going to change the angle a bit so you can see the branches up higher a bit better. Struggling to decide at this point of how much, yeah, this higher branch structure I want to keep. So I could keep it, yeah, up here, but I really don't like how the, yeah, I really don't like how it's kind of really thick here and comes out on the side. I'd much rather, yeah, it's a bit clumpy. It's been pruned back here a few times in the past a bit, and they're all really, all the branches are really coming really close. So what I want is kind of a straight leader coming off this bottom area where it's been pruned, so that it can grow up straight, and then kind of merge into the trunk with a bit of time. So I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this whole top section, just leave this little straight part here as a future leader. So yeah, it's a bit of a drastic prune, but basically I'm just going to cut off that whole section there. So I'll just tidy that up a little bit. Don't want to print back right immediately close to yeah, this new leader, or it might damage it a little bit too much. And then yeah, so I'm going to have a couple branches here. I'll just have a nice clip and grow. Yeah, a couple branches that I have coming out. Let this one grow just to see what happens in future. I will eliminate. Yeah, I'll leave that little small one there on the side as well, just to see how it goes. But that's essentially what I'm going to have. I'll leave this to grow. So I just want these branches going out a little bit more horizontally. So I'm just going to prune this one here back. So pruning it back just so you can see that the other leaf that I'm pointing at with my pinky there, it's kind of coming out, so hopefully another branch will sprout out in that direction. This one here, it's kind of going straight up, so I might just do a bit of the same and just hope something comes off. Might just wait on that one and see if something buds back in the future. Yeah, and this one's coming out nice and flat. But that'll be about it for now. I don't want to prune back the leader for now, just because I want, get a lot more vigor in that, get a lot thicker, just to merge in with this trunk, and avoid the issue that we had in the last, whereas someone had just kept cutting at it, and you ended up having with all this back bud that just like looked really weird in this one location. So I want this to look as straight as possible, so it looks like a lot more like what kind of a tree you would see in nature. So I'll just get a pot for this now and start planting it. Now you can also grow these from cuttings, so I will have a look and just see how I go with growing some of this. Just experiment and see how it goes. So I don't have an ideal pot for this. This one's a little bit large. Could go with this one. This one actually, it's a bit deep and large for now, but I think this one might actually work quite well. Especially given the colour of the tree's branches, I think this one will work, so we'll go with this one. So again, as always, just putting down a bit of draining stream. Now this is just plastering tape that you can get from Bunnings. It's plastic, it's it's not insane, but definitely for this purpose it does the job, and it's a little bit sticky, so it's easy to just put it in place. Another good thing about this pot is it's very deep, so it gives me a lot of room to get some nice soil in underneath, but then get a good layer of soil on top of the roots that are pruned quite drastically, just to give it a bit more chance of survival. Now in terms of the front, go with that as the you can see the root structure looks a little bit better from that side at this point in time. It can always change in the future, but for now I'll go with this as the intended front. So just using this chopstick just to make sure I get the soil. There weren't many roots left. Just to make sure that I do get as much soil in and around those roots without too many big air pockets. Again, just for the health of the tree, given that it's taken such a beating to its roots, I just want to make sure that there's no air pockets around the roots, which will lead to those roots becoming too dry, and then I'll have even fewer roots to deal with. Alright, so I'll just water this now. So here we have my Swampie, or Bald Cypress. So as you can see, it's pretty basic for now. I haven't done any wiring to it at all. Simply just a pretty drastically severe root pruning, and then quite a severe pruning as well, just to get it back, just to with a clip and grow strategy, just to make sure that I've got the right branches in the right kind of locations, so that it can grow better in future, and just getting rid of the really clunky kind of pattern that was caused from previous pruning that someone had done to it. So I'll leave that and work on it, and we'll give you an update in the future to see how it developed. So look, thanks for watching, and as I have mentioned, I do make a lot of videos such as this, so if you are into this kind of content, just leave a like, comment if there's anything you'd like me to post videos on in future. Look, other than that, thanks for your time today. Enjoy. Bye.